And you know what's there now?
Hello, hello. Good morning, Toastmasters. We'll start on time as best we can. It's a great day. I mean, weather-wise, everything's going great. And if you heard on Maui, the big banyan tree is still growing. It's coming back. Yeah. Quick, book, whatever kind of note. I have the 6-week schedule. So you can take one and pass it along. And we'll get started right away. Who's our indicator today? Indicator, Dr. Ken.
I'm the Toastmaster.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me just introduce the Toastmaster today, Dr. Ken. You can handle the info.
Thank you. And today we have my protege, as we may call. He has to leave early, so we'll expect him for until trying to get to go. Okay, so please go ahead.
You said live? Yeah.
It's like bigger.
Right.
We feel like certain aspects of our government is failing the people that they're supposed to help. It pretty much gives you another perspective on where the whole concept of government's going right now. It's not very good. And so the fact that honesty is just shot right now, it's like I don't have much of allegiance to the United States right now, especially.
Okay, that's the start.
Or I came here today, so I didn't really know what the theme was. And yet somehow this keeps happening. I do have a few questions that actually do associate with the theme. So our speakers today being John and Leilani, everybody else is fair game. I think I will pick, first off, how about Lynn? If we're not doing the volunteer thing. Just 3 categories, so just choose 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so 3 is share with us a product, book, whatever, something that you really like sharing. Like my thing right now is I'm telling everybody about DMSO because it's really good for your joints and muscle aches and stuff. So maybe you've got like a shampoo you really love or toothpaste, or I know you love to read, so just share with us something that you really want as many people know about as you can.
Thank you very much. I would like to introduce you today to a product called ASEA. A-S-E-A. Capital letters. The multi-level marketing company, so you have to hear about it from a distributor, which I am not, so don't ask me. Do your products. But ASEA is a really wonderful product, particularly one that they call New. It's a gel, and it's excellent for any kind of skin conditions that you have, rashes or those little things that are precancerous, those little dry spots and things that you can put it on those little spots, and pretty soon they just flake off, which is a trick to the dermatologist. It's a great thing. I am particularly excited about it right now because as I finished my radiation treatments, I had this big sunburn and rash up here, and I took the ASEA gel and smashed it all over, and now it's like 70% better. Good try.
Would you like to hear 1 or 2 or?
1.
1, okay. 1 is tell us about a personal hero here, maybe somebody less famous that some of us haven't heard about? Personal hero.
Mr. Toastmaster. The first person that comes to mind, and I can't block it. And I'm like, I'd sort of like to move him out of the way, but he's there. So it happens to be the person in India that I visit often. Recently, not during COVID, but I went last year and I've gone several years prior to COVID. He is a living master, and some people, balk at the word guru. I mean, there are a lot of gurus marketing themselves now. And if they are marketing themselves, they are not a living master. If you pay for their services, they're not a living master. This gentleman is very present, addresses hundreds of thousands of Indians at a time. The facility that I visit houses Indians galore, but they're in another area. The Westerners who come have their own housing area to stay in. But when we go to what is called satsang, which is a gathering for listening to the truth, there are often 500,000 to a million people present. And it is all ushered by people who are called Sevadars, people who are there only to serve. It is amazing. It's the largest solar installation in India and maybe in the world. Everything, there's one of those unspeakable words, everything is unbelievably coordinated. They serve thousands, I should say hundreds of thousands of people who come to visit free meals. But the man himself, who oversees all of this, takes on a relationship with those who are initiated into his practice, such that there's a sense of being so grounded and so safe, so unbelievably in relationship with the divine that one is basically unshakable, maintaining equanimity, and I learned a new word, equanimous, which is equal to equanimity. But all of those words fit in relationship to being in relationship with him. So his name is Gurinder Singh, not known in the West, but known some places in India for sure. Thank you.
Cool colors. All right, so you want to hear the last question?
Sure.
I'd love you to answer this one. So I would like you to tell us about a holiday story. Since the holidays are right around the corner, tell us a holiday story or one of your favorite holiday traditions. Maybe something weird and quirky that only your family does.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Two things come to mind. I've got to choose one. I'll talk about one of my first Christmas memories, and I'm remembering this because I wrote it down in first grade when I had a project that I had to write a Christmas memory for. So I can just see my handwriting now on those, big lines with the dotted one in between. And it was a funny Christmas memory. We were decorating the Christmas tree, and my father said several times, "Don't break the Christmas balls. Make sure you're just very careful with the Christmas balls." And I'm probably 4 or 5 years old. I'm being very careful with the Christmas balls, And then my dad, of course, breaks like 4 Christmas balls. And it was so funny. And I don't know to this day if he did that on purpose just to make us laugh. But in my mind, he had no equanimity and just, got really frazzled for whatever reason. And I thought it was so funny. And so my brothers and I would laugh about that for years to come. And since I have more time, I'll also talk about a tradition that my family does. Every Christmas Eve, we do 7 fishes. And it's an Italian tradition. You cook exactly 7 different kinds of fish. Everything from scratch. And it takes days to prepare. And then we gather, and our table is getting longer and longer and longer and longer into the living room by the door, into the kitchen. I mean, it's just going and going and going. More and more people every year. And we also drink lots of wine, and we have sing-alongs. One relative, Anthony, he always comes up with an activity for everyone. We all participate in, and it's so silly every time. And it's just a really wonderful way to gather with my family every year. So I'm looking forward to that this year because I haven't been home in 4 years. So I'll get to do 7 fishes.
All right. Paying attention, you've heard all 3 questions. Would you like to do any particular one? I'll repeat them. So the first one was talk about a personal hero. Second one was tell us about a holiday story or one of your favorite holiday traditions that you just did. And then third would be share a product, which could be anything. A book, something that you use health-wise.
Let's do the product.
All right, great. 1 to 2 minutes.
Cool. So I have a big fascination for Egypt, and I do a lot of research on different methods on healing and longevity, and I love to get more into natural healing remedies. So one of which I learned, which is a very hard stuff to come by, is called monotonic gold, Oramus. And Oramus, if you have heard of mana, or the Israelites have to survive off of this mud tuff. It's also known as gold. So the gold is refined in a certain fashion, like alchemical way. Okay, so you have to have things aligned, and you have to have yourself purified, and all the stuff that you have has got to be just on the key. So it's broken down to an ash form, so it's small enough that your cells can ingest it and use it to run their energy. So basically you're realigning your body with gold, and gold is by far the most conductive for energy or electricity. And basically monotonic gold is in 2 places at once. It's in this reality and the etheric reality where the angels are. So it's also a female type of substance that comes from the sun, and it's basically when I take it, I feel lighter, and I can do more exercises, and I can just go, and it just feels like you're just renewing your whole existence. So it's awesome. Leilani Keywood, there are
Okay. So Leilani loves art in various forms, and one of which is block printing. And when children were small, they special project to teach them the art of block printing. So this is what about